Now to boardroom. Tech Mahindra posted a stellar set of first quarter numbers with net profits rising over 11%. Here's the management on that performance.
One, we ran a program of what we called cure or seize. That is, there were some projects where we were losing money. There were some projects which had their margins were low. We did everything to cure that situation, and you see that in the results. Then in the previous quarter, some transitions were being done, and we were paying for the costs of transitions. That was a strategic choice because we were going to be operating contracts which had a runway of 5 years. So we spent that money in transition, and that depressed the profitability at that point of time. But now we are seeing the benefit of the investment we made in the last few quarters, and we are seeing increase in the margins.
So that 300 basis points currency benefit, of course this you can't predict where the currency is going to go, but is it sustainable?
So, you know, the way things look in the immediate short term, I don't see the rupee appreciating dramatically. But it's, you know, it's dependent on government policy, etc., and things can change fast. So, I think that's a variable we'll have to live with.
Now, taking from that, Vineet, there have been several areas which you've been talking about which are a concern from a global economic point of view. What really worries you in Europe and US? And I'm kind of surprised. So, while you say that Europe has seen a tad of a degrowth this quarter, you've been bullish about Europe. You know, even last quarter you were telling me that Europe could be strong in terms of the pipeline.
Europe is strong in terms of the pipeline. Europe is going through a period of adversity thanks to Euro and thanks to uncertainty surrounding various economies. But sometimes in adversity there's also opportunity. And I'm still bullish about Europe. Yes, you're right, it has got to come down marginally, but I do believe that it will pick up.
How strong is the deal pipeline in terms of, you know, we've seen some talk that people are gradually increasing offshoring contracts, no issue of the whole onshore and offshore mix. Is that true?
Well, you know, traditionally most of companies like ours were in doing quintessential IT work, OSS, BSS and stuff like that. Now that expenditure in that area has come down. On the other hand, managed services, that is you run operations for a telco end to end, that kind of business has gone up. And we are very much positioned in that area. For telcos, we run operations in Indonesia, we run it in Australia, we run it in Qatar, we were doing it for Etisalat here in India, and we are now getting into Europe and into the same area. So that is two advantages. One is predictability of revenue, and second is long-term flow of revenues, because these contracts are 5 to 7 years. So that's the area we're getting into, and I think that will give us a greater predictability as we go forward.
Hiring plans as a whole, Ravi, give me a sense, going forward, of course you don't give specific guidance on hiring or revenue projections, but wage hikes, by when will they come in, and is hiring going to be on track, or will there be any amount of concern on hiring plans given the economic environment right now?
Like in terms of campus hires, that we have started inviting. We in fact started inviting the last year kind of fresh graduates, starting from January, and then they've just joined over a period of last 4 or 5 months, and they're just finishing the training, and then we are going to be immediately starting basically calling the next year campuses, and then and so that there is going to be a short delay there.
That's Tech Mahindra top management on the first quarter performance, and what a performance by the company. Net profit up by nearly 11%. Here's some more earnings that came out today. Ranbaxy's second quarter revenue